Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Today we're going to be diving right back in and taking a look at my top 5 favourite armor and weapon mods so far which are out for the game. The mod tools obviously were released roughly, I think, about 3 to 4 weeks ago now, and we're already starting to see some really awesome custom assets being brought to us over on Nexus Mod and Mod DB. I will go ahead and leave a link down below to everything that I have used in today's video, so if you want to check out these mods for yourself you can do so. And also I'll leave a link to my new background mod that I have on, just an Imperial keep which looks beautiful, and it's always fun kind of changing up the background when you load up a game for the first time. I do, however, recommend that you always back up your Mount & Blade just so that you don't end up losing saves or anything. Really easy to do. All you have to do is just copy the main folder and just put like a 1 next to it before you make any additions. So super easy to do so. So let's jump into game, and we'll start off by taking a look at one of my favorite weapons. We'll jump into a battle with it so you guys can see it in action, and then we'll move on. Okay guys, so we are now in game, and as you can kind of see on my model, you can't exactly see the weapon right there, but I am wielding a very, very special weapon indeed. If we load up my inventory, which will take a second to load because I have the cheat menu on, just to make that a little bit easier. As you can see, I have Anduril, Flame of the West, Aragon's Sword, the Sword of the Kings of Gondor. Yeah, right here, this bad boy is an amazing mod that is added into the game. You can really use this weapon at pretty deadly value, and yeah, it's a very, very cool model. It's a little bit weird. I'm not sure if it's like supposed to be like that in the books or whatever, because obviously the sword does differ a tad, but it has like this weird texture on it, which I'm not sure if it is supposed to be there or not. But if we go into the smithy, we can take a little bit of a better look at it. Also ignore all these other ones. You're definitely not going to be taking a look at any Chinese weapons during this whatsoever. But yeah, if we go over here, you can see the sword in all of its glory. You can also forge these weapons as well, and it doesn't seem like it really costs a ton to forge this, you know, as the elves made such a big deal about forging it at Rivendell. You know, it doesn't seem like it's that difficult. There you go, there's the sword. Very, very awesome indeed. Can definitely use some serious damage. So let's just jump into a quick looter battle, and then we can take a look at what the sword's like actually on the battlefield. Okay guys, so we are now in the battle. I will dismount off my horse. You can see I am in some pretty nice armor, and we can take a look at the sword. I try to go for a nice little ranger attire, and there we go, the blade. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the texture on the sword is all about right there, but still looking very nice indeed. If I get in front of my men as well, you can guys can see it, and let's see what it is like in first person. Absolutely glorious. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I mean, it does some pretty good damage as well. And as you can see, I have not lost a thing whatsoever. Still just as good as ever. And boom, yeah, there you go. So that's going to be the first sword that we are wielding in battle. And yeah, it's absolutely awesome seeing Lord of the Rings weaponry already added into the game. So yeah, besides the weird texture, definitely one of my top favorite sword weapons, obviously, in the game. Anything Lord of the Rings, I will absolutely love. So let's move on to the next piece of armor that I really, really like in the game, which is a set of helmet mods. Okay, so the next mod that I want to take a look at is a really, really awesome Swadian Helmet mod. Again, I'll link it down below in the description so you guys can check it out. This mod adds in 5 variants of the Great Helm, the really famous kind of like medieval helmet. You can go ahead and take a look at the first look right there, looking absolutely spectacular, especially because we're wielding it with Anduril, Flame of the West. So, you know, it looks even better there, especially when you do get some high tier armor as well. It looks absolutely spectacular. There are 5 variants of this mod. There is just the Great Helm itself. There is a blackened version, so just a little bit darker, if maybe that's kind of what you're going for with your armor setup and your color of your flag and banner and your bannerman. Then we also have the crowned version as well, so kind of if you are rising to the top of your own kingdom, you can wield the crown version. This also does provide you with an insane amount of head armor, 55 head armor. It's kind of crazy. And then we have the winged variant as well. I mean, whew, looks great. Imagine wielding that with a lance under one arm and a shield in the other. You could definitely dominate the battlefield. And then we have the blackened version as well, kind of just that darker feel. So again, what we'll do is we'll jump into a battle just against some crappy bandits, so you guys can basically see what the winged variant looks like. And as you can see, it does look great, especially because you're wielding Anduril as well in one hand. So you can definitely combine a lot of these awesome mods together as well to really give you a great experience in a battle. And obviously, I'm using the cheat menu. You're going to have to work a little bit harder to get But as you can see, besides the helmet, you can actually craft these weapons fairly easily. Okay, so we are now in the battle. You guys can see fully what this amazing helmet does look like. And yeah, as you can see, it does look great upon some like medieval armor. I do have the arm wraps on, which probably isn't the best thing. But yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. Really cool stuff. Definitely a mod I recommend you guys picking up because it just adds in some really awesome stuff. We are also being attacked by some bandits right now, so I guess we'll finish them off. Not that it's really that important. I just want to get one juicy kill before we move on to the next mod. Oh, Anduril, come on. Anduril looks so good. It really does. So cool, let's jump over to the next mod now, and then we'll take a look at some more awesome weapon mods that we can check out. Okay, so we are going to be taking a look at some brand new weapons. This mod adds in, I believe, 5 to 6 Chinese weapons into the game, and they all look absolutely spectacular. I think this is one of the more famous dragon blades that, again, looks amazing wielding this into battle, which we will do so. We'll find some bandits again and massacre them with this awesome glaive. Yeah, the mod itself is absolutely awesome. We've got some nice detail on the weapon as well. I like to see that, kind of the scratches of battle-torn stuff. Looks really good, and there are also several variants to it as well. So if you want to use this handle with a different type of kind of handle edge or end, you can also do that. There's a few more as well. You also have a bow staff right here, which again has a few variants to it as well. So you can kind of, I think that's the handle we're adjusting right now. And again, you can craft all these weapons, which is quite cool. They do cost some fine steel, so it's not going to be something you're going to grab up immediately in the early game, but still really cool nonetheless. I think it's more a quarter staff than anything else. There's a very cool Chinese sword here as well. You are being able to take a look at. This thing will be basically replacing like the falcon sword in the base game. Very deadly indeed. And then finally we also have this blade right here. Again, if we will zoom in, you can see the awesome detail on the weaponry, and you can actually see the inscription as well. I don't think there's any adjustments you can do to this one. No, I don't think there's actually any adjustments you can do to a handful of them. No, don't want to take a look at that weapon quite yet. I think that's all of them, right? Yeah. Oh, you can actually change some of this stuff as well. So yeah, it seems like the glaive is the weapon you can actually mess around with the most, with adjusting a handful of these weapons. So I guess if you want to make it a bit longer, you can do so, a bit shorter. I mean, that just seems unnecessarily large, but it's probably more so for this weapon, more than anything else, because you can, I guess, yeah, do that. I mean, you can also, I think it's probably meant to be able to build like this, but you can, I guess, adjust it to have some fun. And yeah, I don't think any of the other ones have any additions to them. Yeah, they all look like the same. They're still really awesome stuff. So let's grab the glaive and then let's jump into battle. I really do love this mod though. It adds in a lot of high quality weapons into the game. And even just running across these weapons, I think even if you're not necessarily going to use them, I still think that's cool. So let's jump into a bandit battle again with the glaive and just watch us absolutely destroy everyone. Okay, here we go, ready to fight some bandits. I feel very sorry for them because, yeah, we're fully armored up, ready for battle. You can see the glaive in action right here. Oh, this is good. It's actually quite a slow weapon, but I imagine it absolutely demolishes them to no extent. And we obviously also have the sword as well. I'm not sure if this weapon can be equipped in one-hand format. If I have a shield, it probably is just a two-handed blade, but still looks amazing nonetheless. So let's just get stuck in, see what we can do. Let's tell the boys to attack as well. I want to see how much damage this does. Oh my god, so much. It's slow moving, but yeah, it does some serious damage. If I can get onto anyone else, we can see it. I want to see if it... Oh my god, that absolutely wipes them out. Yeah, it's slow, but it's worth every penny. And yeah, you can do some really crazy damage. I imagine this is also pretty slow as well. But again, so these are definitely hard-hitting weapons, I think, more so than anything else. And they look great as well in the campaign map. So let's move on to another armor mod that I have. And then there's one more sword mod. Actually, no, let's take a look at the final sword mod. And then we'll take a look at some more armor at the end of the video. Yep, nothing to see here whatsoever, just wielding a massive, great sword. So this is going to be the Dragonslayer from Berserk. Berserk is actually a manga I haven't read. I've always been told really, really good things about it, and maybe it's something I will have to pick up because this blade, which is wielded by Guts, is absolutely insane. Look at this thing. I can't wait to throw it into battle. This is obviously like an anime sword, so because of that, you know, it's obviously going to be very, you know, it's in a fancy universe, so it's going to be very, very over-exaggerated. demonstrated with its swing and everything, but it looks absolutely like a monster. It does 254 cut damage. If you ever wanted to feel like an absolute badass, I imagine wielding this into battle would be absolutely a necessity. Let's take a look at it in the forge really quickly, and then again we'll jump into battle and we'll see just what it is capable of against some lowly bandits. So yeah, here's the sword that I told you guys not to look at earlier. Again, looks absolutely spectacular. Obviously there's gonna be no additions to it, but yeah, the blade itself absolutely insane to wield, and yeah, just throwing this bad boy off into enemies. I imagine it will cut through them like a butter. So once again, let's go ahead and find some poor looters that are going to be my victims in this battle. And I also love the way that you're just like, you know, casually holding it in one hand like a true boss, which obviously Guts is. So yeah, let's go find some bandits and see how many of them I can cut down with this blade. Okay, so we are actually wielding it with one hand on horseback, which is pretty wild actually. I'm finding 9 looters, so I'm just going to run at them. They're probably going to have the ability. Oh, I'm so slow. But look at that weapon. It is also clipping in my my helmet mod, but that's absolutely fine. Oh, this thing goes so slowly. I haven't obviously become equipped with it quite yet, but I want to see if I can just... Oh, 200 damage. Oh my god. Can I kill multiple people with it? Does it cut through? No, it doesn't. Oh, that's unfortunate. It'd be nice if it did cut through multiple people. It does actually. I think it does. So I'm taking some damage. Imagine like blocking with this sword. I can't imagine against... Oh, I love the way that I just cut people down though. And that fears. Decapitation as well would be amazing. Yeah, this blade is absolutely badass. It does a lot of damage. Obviously, this weapon is not going to be great in like a siege battle because you're going to need a lot of room to swing it. Takes a while to swing it as well. Really cool stuff though. The blade itself is spectacular. And if you wanted to feel like an anime badass in a world like this, and this is definitely the weapon to bring along. Yeah, definitely very cool. So cool, let's take a look at the final armor mod that we're going to be taking a look at today, and then we'll call it to the end of the video. The final mod we'll be taking a look at today is a simple one, but an awesome one nonetheless. This just adds in 2 variants of an Italian Norman helmet. We have the Italian Norman helmet, which is just the default one right here. Again, looking very awesome. Kind of have that curved chin piece moving out with some mail underneath. And then we also have a brass variant as well. So it's kind of a really cool mod to end us out. And again, you can find the links to all the mods in the description down below. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you enjoyed it, are there any mods that you're definitely going to be downloading? Are there any mods that you'd love to see in the future on the channel? Let me know in the comments. And obviously, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because I'll be covering all the major mods as they come out over on Nexus Mod, and even small mod videos like this where we take a look at a collection as well. So, you know, you might be able to find something that you do very much enjoy, because there are some really awesome smaller mods out there like this one we're looking at right now that you might not necessarily know about. So yeah, go check out all these mods. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.